Battle of Dara. Rewritten script, improved version. It is the spring of 530 AD, along the eastern frontier of the Roman Empire. Tension hangs heavy in the air. For generations, two colossal superpowers, the Eastern Roman Empire and the Sasanian Persian Empire, have clashed over dominance in the Near East. The fertile lands of Syria and the strategic kingdom of Iberia in the Caucasus have long been the spark for war. Now, that spark has reignited. Raids, sieges, and brutal border skirmishes once again tear across the frontier. But this time, the Persians are not merely raiding. They are coming to destroy a major Roman stronghold. They're targeting the fortified frontier city of Dara. Justinian I, the ambitious emperor in Constantinople, had recently strengthened the defenses of this town. Positioned only a few miles from Persian-held Nisibis, Dara stood as a bold Roman statement on the edge of enemy territory. And here, Rome would make its stand. Commanding the defense was a relatively young, but rising, General Belisarius. Belisarius knew the truth. He was outnumbered. His army of roughly 25,000 men faced a Persian force nearing 40,000, possibly more, with reinforcements. Worse still, Persian heavy cavalry was considered the finest in the world. In open terrain, they could crush Roman flanks with terrifying speed and discipline, so Belisarius refused to fight on Persian terms. Instead of waiting behind the city walls, he positioned his army directly in front of Dara. Then, in the days before the Persians arrived, he ordered something unusual. Deep trenches were dug across the battlefield, in a straight line, but staggered, broken, and carefully measured. These trenches would disrupt cavalry momentum, break formations, and prevent the dreaded Persian encirclement. It was a gamble. At his side stood the experienced officer Magians. Together they carefully arranged their diverse force: Roman heavy cavalry, infantry from Thrace and Illyria, and allied Hun and Heruli horsemen from the northern steppes. Infantry formed the center, cavalry held the wings. Hidden reserves waited out of sight. The strategy was bold. Let the Persians attack first. Absorb the blow, then counterstrike at the perfect moment. When the Persian army finally arrived, their commander Perros was confident. Beforehand stood Roman lines, backed by city walls. It looked like desperation. The trenches irritated him, but did not alarm him. He believed his armored cavalry could smash through regardless. And so, he tested the Roman left flank. Thousands of heavily armored Persian cavalry surged forward. Their war horses thundered across the plain, metal armor gleaming beneath the sun. But then disaster. Horses stumbled into trenches. Formations fractured. The charge lost its deadly momentum, exactly as Belisarius intended. Still, sheer numbers allowed parts of the Persian force to push through. Brutal hand-to-hand fighting erupted on the Roman left. The Romans slowly yielded ground. But this retreat was deliberate. Then came the second phase. From the walls of Dara and from the Roman lines, archers unleashed a relentless storm of arrows. The Persian cavalry, now slowed and compressed, became perfect targets. After fierce resistance, they withdrew. Day one ended without decisive victory, but both sides had measured each other. On the second day, Persian reinforcements arrived, 10,000 additional cavalry, including the elite Immortals. At dawn, Perros committed fully to battle. Persian archers engaged first, attempting to neutralize Roman missile fire. Behind them, heavy cavalry prepared for a massive assault on both Roman flanks. Then, it came. The ground shook as thousands of armored riders charged forward with reckless force, ignoring the trenches entirely. The impact was devastating. The Roman right flank buckled under the weight of the elite Immortals. Persian riders punched holes deep into the formation. Belisarius knew this moment would decide everything. He unleashed his counterattack. Hun cavalry from the inner wings struck the exposed Persian flanks. Hidden Heruli cavalry emerged from reserve and crashed into the Persian right. The Sasanians, focused entirely on breaking through, had neglected their own vulnerability. Caught off guard, their momentum faltered. Then, Belisarius made his boldest move, Percy leading his elite bodyguard and reserve cavalry. He charged into the exposed Persian flank at the precise moment their Immortals were fully engaged. It was the turning point. Suddenly, the Persian right found itself attacked from three directions. Confusion spread, formations collapsed. Panic followed. The Immortals fought fiercely, cutting down many Romans but encircled on all sides. Their fate was sealed. The Persian right broke. With cavalry shattered, Persian infantry reserves were too far behind to intervene. To commit them now would only mean slaughter. Perros hesitated, and that hesitation sealed his defeat. The Sasanian army retreated. Against overwhelming odds, Belisarius had achieved a stunning victory. Through preparation, discipline, deception, and perfectly timed counterattacks, He had defeated a numerically superior force. At Dara, a new military genius had announced himself to the world, and this was only the beginning of Belisarius' legend.